shall we get Mother's story up to that point?
From high school up to there.
Take it away, Mama.
Well, I got restless, but I had nothing in mind, and there was no job forthcoming at all. I didn't go looking for work. Mother was content just to have me home. So I thought I would go to Chicago and take voice lessons.
What was your...
I finally pestered Mother and Dad hard enough, long enough, that they did take me to Chicago. And we thought it was the YWCA at 830 South Michigan, which it was at one time. But they were making that over into a hotel. So Mother and Dad said, well, here you are. They dropped me off.
Was it just for the day or to stay there?
I never thought about not having any money. Mother said, well, George, she has no money. So big, kind-hearted Dad gives me $7.
Daddy right here, huh?
No.
No, your dad. Okay, I'm sorry.
$7.
Okay.
Now, where could you go? What could you do in the town of Chicago for $7?
Yeah.
So anyway, I signed up for a room just for the night. I think it was $3 a night. And some young girl came right behind me and signed up. I don't know if Mrs. Green was there or not. Was she, Ron?
I don't know when she came there.
It seems so far back, really. But she said, why don't you girls move in together? Well, that was fine. So, on the way up there in the elevator, we said a few words. What kind of work you looking for? Well, Mother had warned me. She said, if you don't find work right away, if you have a chance to work in as a maid, at least you have a roof over your head and you have food. So this girl and I can't recall her name, she got one newspaper and I got the other. And that's what we did through the one day. Well, I had 3 names to call, 3 numbers to call. And had to go downstairs and use the phone. First one I called was Mrs. Milek. She said, when can you start? I said, I have my suitcase right here. This wasn't the first day, it was the day after. We'd gone, because we got there in the afternoon, like I said, and we got the paper. We didn't have anything to eat, I remember that. And next morning we got the paper, that's what it was. Because Mrs. Mike said, when can you come out? And I said, I have my suitcase. She said, can you come out now? So I did. Oh, I was so happy to think I had a job already.
Did they take the streetcar?
I had to take the streetcar, and I needed help. It was way out to Devon.
Devon, 7200 north.
Just a couple of blocks, been a couple of blocks south of Western Avenue. And I asked a policeman, I said, if I got on this streetcar here, could I take it all the way to Devon? He said, yes. He said, then you'll have to get a Devon streetcar. So I figured out which side of the street I had to wait for a streetcar. First time I ever had to do that. But I got there all right. I got in there and the anteroom there, 2 small davenports. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another girl standing there. 7 girls. 7 girls there. So, Mrs. Milek comes out. She said, I'll take you. You're next. So I went in for the interview. I got the job. She came out and told the girls that that was it for today. So I stayed there, I don't know how many months. care of a little girl, Jewish family. Real Orthodox Jew.
Hmm.
So much so, she has identical pots, pans, silverware, dishes,
Hmm.
both sides have the same thing. They do not mix meat dishes with fish dishes. Is it fish and milk or?
Yeah, I think so.
And you don't use a dish pan,
Hmm.
and you get regular what they call kosher soap. And you just stand there and wash dishes like that, with the rag and the soap and the water running, and then you rinse them.
These never,
Once
you never
I-
use them and they never touch each other. You
No.
wash
Uh-uh.
them.
No,
Very, very strict.
and then I had to put them away. Make sure I didn't mix them when I was putting them away. Of course, you could see that if it was a kettle that you're wiping, you're going to see what the space was. But you don't put it on
Yeah.
the same shelf or the other meat or fish.
So do you remember how much you got for that job? Was just for a roof over your
I
head?
paid $4 a week.
Plus the housing there and
That was
Room
it.
and board,
the
yeah.
room and board, your food and your
$4.
and the room stay.
I didn't have to cook. Mrs. Mila cooked. That was all right with me. And, well, I still wanted to take voice lessons.
Yeah.
So on one of my Thursday afternoons off, why, I went out to the Fine Arts Building, and Mr. Craven gave voice lessons.
Uh-huh.
And, oh, he tries you out, you know,
Yeah.
how high your range is or how low it is. And
What were your hopes? Let's say if you took your voice lessons, then what was going to be your next step?
I've had to find out what he charged.
You want to be a professional singer? Was that the idea?
I really don't know. I look back now and I thought, well, maybe it was just an excuse to get away from home. It could be. Maybe Mother has said that
Uh-huh.
many times to me. He just wanted to leave home. Mr. Craven's wife came up,
Mm-hmm.
and Carl, she called him, Mr. Craven, wanted her to hear my voice.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, that's real good. But Mr. Craven said, there's just one drawback. I don't think she can afford to pay for her music.
Mm.
She asked me what I was doing, where I was staying, and I told her. She figured out a way so that I could come and work for her, get a free lesson, and get $4.
Oh, really?
So I went out to the Cravens. I told Mrs. Milik I was leaving. She didn't think it was fair that I was going such short notice. And the little one cried. Nada? No, I'm trying to think of the girl's name. No, that was Sally. While there at the Milex, the Feast of the Passover took place.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen or heard anything like it. Those men were dressed. They have a little black caps on. I had to keep the little one in one of the bedrooms to keep her quiet. But they had their books out, and they would chant, these men.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful.
Well, sure.
I was just kind of full of wonder, you know, to hear that. Anyway, shortly after that, I think I had to leave. So then I went out to Mr. and Mrs. Craven. They were out 7500 South Shore Drive, beyond the country club out there. And we were just a couple of blocks from the beach.
Uh-huh.
It was a very nice section at that time.
Yes,
Mhm.
George came out to see us once. He was kind of shocked to see where I was.
Hmm.
It's a lovely, beautiful apartment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And,
So that, was that,
I just can't remember how long I was there. Then I went home, I got restless again. Came back to Chicago, looked for work in the paper, still doing the maid's work. And I worked for Mrs. Levin. There too, I was very lucky.
mm-hmm.
I came in and I got the job. Just tell the other girls goodbye.
Yeah, that's
She had
something
one-
special,
She
huh?
had one child and was expecting another. That's why she needed a little more help. The little girl had a room of her own. I called it a room of my own too that I had. I slept on a Davenport. But the ironing board was in there and there was a big chair there. And anyway, that was going to be the new nursery.
Hmm.
I didn't mind too much. That's when didn't I meet you then, Ron? Or we were going steady then? That was it.
Oh,
That was it, yeah.